So last week, Trump fired FBI Director James Comey, and a lot has happened since then. So initially, when Comey was fired, Trump sent a letter to him notifying that he had been fired, and shortly after, the people in Trump's administration and the people in the White House had said that Comey had been fired because he was unfair in the handling of Hillary Clinton's email investigation. But pretty much everyone didn't believe this reason that they gave, because throughout Trump's campaign he viciously attacked Hillary Clinton, and at all his rallies his supporters would chant things like "lock her up." So nobody really believed Trump was just now suddenly for some reason giving sympathy to Hillary. And also no one really believed this reason because Comey and the FBI were investigating Trump's potential ties to Russia, and Trump didn't want to be investigated for that. And so a few days later, Trump did an interview with Lester Holt, and the main topic of discussion was the Comey firing, and here's what they said.
Oh, I was going to fire regardless of recommendation.
So there was really
He made a recommendation. He's highly respected, very good guy, very smart guy. The Democrats like him, the Republicans like him. He made a recommendation, but regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey, knowing there was no good time to do it. And in fact, when I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. It's an excuse by the Democrats for having lost an election that they should have won.
So in this interview, Trump revealed a lot about the real reason he fired James Comey. So Trump was saying that whenever he was thinking about firing Comey, he thought about how he wanted the Russian investigation to be over. And so this confirmed that the previous statements from the White House saying that Comey was fired because of the way he handled the Clinton email investigation confirmed that that was completely false. So now, more recently, in the past few days, two major things have been revealed. So first, Trump reportedly disclosed classified information with Russian officials in a meeting at the White House. And there hasn't really been any information on what the classified information was about, but the source was from Israel. And Trump said on Twitter that he had absolute right to share the information in the interest of fighting terrorism, and he called the meeting with Russian officials very, very successful. And now, just yesterday, the most recent thing that has been revealed is that in February, Trump wrote a memo to Comey asking him to shut down the investigation into his former national security advisor, Mike Flynn, and he said in the memo, "I hope you can let this go." And this memo from Trump was written just a day after Flynn had resigned, after it was revealed that he had lied to Mike Pence about the nature of phone calls that he had with the Russian ambassador to the United States. So Trump's just been doing everything he can to try to bury this Russian investigation, and he would have had a better chance of doing so if he had just stuck with the story the White House was saying early on. But now we have a case where there's an obvious example of obstruction of justice, with the examples of Trump threatening and trying to influence and firing the director of the FBI in an attempt to end the investigation into his ties with Russia. And so hopefully an independent investigator or an independent prosecutor will be able to properly investigate this ongoing scandal.